YouTube? How are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. The 2 weeks after the latest update have passed, which means that we just received all the information that we were investigating. What are all the ghosts' hidden abilities? What are their strengths? How do they work exactly? This has been given out by the developers. We had 2 weeks to figure it out. Let's see how close we got, because we learned a ton of info, but let's see if we got everything. Maybe there's some secrets in here that we've never seen before, so let's look at it. Truck overhaul update, yes indeed. Welcome back, Ghost Hunters. We've got some news for you to keep you busy until the custom difficulty comes out soon, TM. We're releasing this smaller update with some content for you to enjoy. So this is the same update. It's not a new update, but it is all the information about the new ghosts, and I don't know if there's anything else, but the new ghosts had hidden abilities here, as you can see. So I'm going to be going over all of this. So if you don't want to see this, obviously don't watch this video. Diogen, hidden ability. Increase the chance for dots and ghostwriting evidence. That when I first encountered a Diogen, I did feel like we got it really quickly, but that's something that's so hard to figure out that okay, so we didn't get this one. I wonder, there's definitely something here with the spirit box, right? Unique spirit box sound, let's go. So yeah, okay, they have an increased chance for dots and writing, which I think is actually really good because they are so game changing that you want to figure them out early, so you can like counter them properly. So then we have a unique spirit box sound, and there's more here. Player has to be standing within 1 meter of the ghost. Actually solved, dude. 33% chance with any question. We knew any questions. We thought it was like literally on top of the ghost. I mean, 1 meter is basically on top of the ghost. So yeah, we got that one though. That one was solved. That was a video I actually uploaded today. Then we have strength. Can always see all players. Yeah, I think we figured that one out. Chooses the closest players at the start of the hunt to chase. Changes targets to nearest player randomly during a hunt. I think this was actually bugged, and it still might be bugged. I don't know if they've fixed this since, but when I was playing with CJ and Psycho, it basically acts as a banshee. Like, it'll pick one target and it'll never change unless you literally walk on top of the ghost. But yeah, this ghost is, I love the Diogen. I love it's the most gimmick ghost that they've ever released. It is completely counter to everything you learned, where before you had to hide, you had to loop in different ways, use smudge sticks. Here it's just literally just make sure you can run away slowly from this ghost, because you cannot hide. It'll always find you. Just walk away slowly and you'll be completely fine. I love this ghost. I would love to hear what your favorite ghost is, by the way, what your favorite ghost is in this update. I know a lot of people have a weak spot for Diogen, which Diogen is awesome. Here we go. 40% average sanity hunt threshold. That was indeed also found. I didn't find that myself, but lots of other people reported on that. So yeah, there you go. 40% hunt threshold, which means that unless you use the cursed possession, which I think these ghosts, especially the Thay and the Diogen, are very strong if you use the cursed possession early. Let me turn off my fans just in case that's annoying. So yeah, I think that actually is very nice, but still, obviously if you use the cursed possession, you're gonna get hunted right away. Hunt speed is based on the distance to the nearest player, not line of sight, by the way. Maximum speed of 3 meters if the nearest player is more than 6 meters away. That is faster than a Revenant. I forget what the Revenant speed is. I think that's exact Revenant speed. That's crazy. Same as Rev. That's actually the second. It's tied for Rev. That's crazy. Minimum speed of 0.4 meters if the nearest player is within 2.5 meters of you. That is so slow. You can literally walk circles around this ghost in a large room. It's the most literal form of looping you've ever seen. Just run around this ghost. You don't even have to loop it around objects. Moroi. Now, I'm very curious, because this one, I feel like we were pretty close, except the increased dots and ghostwriting evidence, because it's really hard to, like, know that for sure, right? You can have a feeling, but in 2 weeks, that's really not long enough. Then we have Moroi, hidden ability. When answering through the spirit box, the Moroi will curse the player when asked a question. And now, is it also going to be with the parabolic? Can also be cursed when hearing paranormal sounds on the parabolic microphone. And then there's lots of special stuff. A cursed player's passive sanity drain is doubled. Really? Only doubled? Standing in light or holding a lit candle will not stop the cursed sanity drain. I think that's the biggest one, because most of the time you're actually standing in the light. Like, a lot of the time you're preventing your sanity from draining at all. So the fact that that doesn't work, which is actually the best way to figure it out, by the way. If you ask on the spirit box, you get cursed, then you make sure your sanity is above 50. You go into the house, like even on nightmare mode, you go into the house with a candle, just hide away from the ghost. If you then all of a sudden get hunted, it's either like a super early hunting ghost like a demon, or you have a Moro on your hand and your sanity keeps dropping. Or you could just listen to the footsteps. I think that's much easier. Like, if you just get your sanity down to 0, this ghost gets super, super fast. Walking outside the location will pause the curse. Exactly. That is actually... Because in the book it says that it'll... get rid of the curse. Like, the only way to cure the curse is to take antidote or move very far away. So it doesn't actually remove it, it just pauses it. Then we have consume sanity pills will remove the curse. So if you're out of sanity pill, you're out of luck. Now, we also know, it doesn't actually say it here, but we know that multiple people can get the curse at once. So you could literally have your whole team curse. So make sure to call out spirit box so other people don't use the spirit box. And this actually makes it pretty strong. Like, this is pretty strong because the spirit box is very nice to keep track of where the ghost is going. Like, you want to use the spirit box sometimes, multiple times per mission, to figure out if it moved ghost room, but you can't really do that if you don't want to get cursed against a Moroi. So yeah, it doesn't say that here, but or unless it's gonna say it here. Let's see. Hunt starting speed is based on average team sanity, so it's not based on the player that is cursed, I'm guessing. Okay, so I mean, that's what we felt like, but in the book it's a little ambiguous, so you can't really know. Starting speed increases for 5%. Starting speed increases for every 5% your average sanity decreases. For example, 50% average team sanity is 1.5. Now, what's very important here is that even though that is, I think, slightly slower, that's like 1.6 is the normal ghost speed. So this is only very minorly slower than normal ghost at 50% sanity. And at 0% sanity, it is 2.25. Now, on top of this, the ghost isn't just this fast. It can also speed up over time like every other ghost. So this, I think... Like, objectively, the Moroi is the best ghost out of the 3 newest that they have added. Although, I especially find that the Dio and the Thay together make a very good team to counter certain playstyles. Like, especially early hunting playstyles where you use the Cursed Possession right away. If you hear fast footsteps, you're like, is it a Thay? Is it a Dio? Do I have to get out of my hiding spot? Do I have to keep hiding? I don't know what to do. I don't have a smudge stick. I'm gonna die. Like, that happens to me so many times. So let's see. Where were we? We were considering sanity pills will remove the hunt. So at a half, sorry, at 25% steam sanity, you're at 1.9 meters per second. So yeah, this is super strong. Like, the fact that it's only slightly slower than a normal ghost at the first time it can hunt, and then it just gets super fast, especially this one, is crazy. Weakness. Here we go. Smudging the ghost lasts 12 seconds during hunt instead of the normal 6 seconds. That was already discovered, like, right away. It was very obvious. You'll smudge this ghost, which is actually a very strong weakness, because you'll smudge the ghost, and it'll just walk around for so long that sometimes the hunt ends by the time it gets to you. And it's really easy to, like, get to a hiding spot. Then we have the Thay. I'm very curious. Lots of stuff here. Whoa, what the hell? If Mimic turns into a Thay, I'm actually so curious about this. But let's start at the top. Strength. Increased chance for dots and ghost shredding evidence. So also, wait, what does the Moroi have? The Moroi does not have dots and writing, right? So it's only, so this one, so any ghost that has both dots and writing have increased chance for dots and writing. I think that's smart. I think it's smart to do that because both dots and writing can be so annoying. Like, it's so hard to find either of them. So combining them just creates a ghost that's really difficult to figure out. 75. I thought it was 70. This means this is the earliest natural hunting ghost. That's crazy. It is the earliest ghost. Like, the only ghost that can hunt higher is the demon when it uses its ability, and the yokai at 80% sanity if it uses its ability. But this ghost can hunt at 75%. Dude, on big maps, this is crazy. You just walk into a big map, you look for the ghost room like 2 minutes, and you'll get hunted. That's insanity. That's so strong. So they're actually really strong. However, the weakness is gonna put it down a peg. But yeah, that is really crazy. 2.75 meter per second hunt speed with or without line of sight. And it doesn't speed up. It doesn't speed up over time. But holy heck, that is like almost, that is like Raichu, almost Revenant. That is just not so speed. That is crazy fast. Remember that the player sprinting speed, I think it's 3 meters per second or 3.1 or something like that, 3.2. So yeah, that is nuts. That is very, very, very fast. 200% interaction rate. Now 200% of 0 sometimes means 0. You have sometimes just a ghost that doesn't really do much. This is not super reliable, but it definitely can be felt right at the start. If you go like, this is a poltergeist, and then you get like conflicting evidence with a poltergeist, you can go like, oh yeah, it's actually just a Thay, it's not a poltergeist. 200% chance for ghost events. I'm glad they have that too. This definitely, I didn't get that many ghost events reliably against the Thay, but yeah, definitely. It's a more like over the course of finding it multiple times, you'll definitely notice this. Now I'm curious how the weakness works exactly here. This is gonna be big. This is gonna be pretty much determine how strong it is. It felt like it went down really fast, but let's figure it out. No acceleration during hunts. It doesn't say that for the Diogen. I mean, it's obvious. Yeah, here we go. Every 1 to 2 minutes, the ghost will try to age if any players are inside the location and in the same room. Near the room or in the room? It says both. Near the same room as the ghost, it will succeed. If not, 30 seconds will be added back onto the timer until it tries again. So you could literally, between 1 and 2 minutes, it will try to age. So you could like leave and enter. I mean, I guess it's just better to stay there. This is interesting that it works that way. I guess that's smarter. I wish it would be a counter, because this means that if you leave the ghost for a little bit and then comes back, it'll be aged in 30 seconds, right? Is that what I'm guessing here? Because if you leave for 2 minutes, if not, 30 seconds will be added back to the timer. So if you leave the ghost alone the whole game, then you come to it, it'll age in 30 seconds, basically, if you stay there for 30 seconds. And then if you leave again, that's why it aged. That's why! Wait! Is that why it aged that one time in my video? My latest Thay video, I saw it age. I feel like I saw it age during a hunt. Now, I don't know if that's possible, but I thought I saw it slow down as soon as it got into the same room I was in. So maybe that's what happened there. That would be interesting, because I did feel like it was kind of slow. So yeah. Oh, there was no room check, hence the fast aging. I see. So this was bugged before. Before, it was just if any players are inside the house, it would age, but then they changed it to next to the ghost room. I still wish it would just be based on the ghost room timer, because this is, especially knowing this, it's super easily abused. You could just leave the ghost, come back 5 minutes later, stay for 30 seconds, you age it once, you leave for 5 minutes, you come back, you stay for 30 seconds, it ages again. So you only have to be there for 30 seconds at the time, as long as you stay away for long enough to age it, which is counter to what the ghost says, because the ghost should only get older when there are players nearby. Now, it does that, but it still ages, like, it basically ages in 30 seconds. Because you can just get some items, you usually leave the ghost room for like 1 to 2 minutes at the time. So yeah, I definitely still think this weakness, the design of this is just not on par with what I feel like it could be and how it could be even better. Because just like, so basically, I was just under the assumption that this was clear, but just let me explain once again. So it'll have a timer for 1 to 2 minutes. If there's no one nearby, it won't age, but it will only add 30 seconds next to the timer. Once those 30 seconds are up, it will try to age again. If not, it'll add 30 seconds back to the timer. It loops. Which means that you only really have to be close to the ghost for 30 seconds after 2 minutes, which I think is way too harsh for the Thay. I wish it would just be completely based on room timer. Since they already have the ghost room timer anyway, I don't know why they just use that personally. But yeah, I know that is a little, like, I know that's probably harder for when you play a multiplayer game, but you could just do the timer from the ghost perspective instead of from the player perspective. You could just do that the Thay has a timer from itself that detects, as long as there's a player in the ghost room, it'll keep that timer ticking up, and then as soon as everyone's out of the ghost room, the timer stops. I feel like that's a really easily implemented thing, since they already must have some kind of boolean in the code somewhere that's just like true or false based on if there's a player in the ghost room. So I feel like they could easily do this this kind of feels like a workaround for making it work in multiplayer. I just don't think this is there yet. I feel like this is way too harsh on the ghost. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's move on. Each age will lower the ghost's stats and traits. Minus 6% average sanity for hunt. So the lowest was like, wait, so how many stages are there then? So wait, it just ages indefinitely until the lowest tier. And there's also a hidden ability here, by the way. Minus 6% average sanity threshold for hunts. So every time it goes down by 6%. Minus 1.71 or 0.175. That's a lot every time. Because it feels like you can already loop this ghost so fast. Like, what was the max speed again? So it feels like you can loop this ghost after like 2 tiers have passed. Labby, thank you for the 7 months. Xian, thank you for the 10 months. Thank you, guys. 15% chance minus ghost events until it's like a shade. And then 15% minus interaction rate. What's the lowest, though? Does it say that anywhere? It doesn't say that anywhere. Let's see. They can age a total of 10 times. Okay, there you go. That's the hidden ability. And we'll have minimum stats. Okay, a total of 10 times. We definitely underestimated how many times it can age. 15% sanity. Threshold for hunts is the lowest. So yeah, 15%. 1 meter per second hunt speed is super, super slow. 50% chance for ghost events. So it is basically like a shade type. And then 50% interaction rate. And now I'm very curious what it says here. If a mimic turns into a Thay, it will choose a random starting age. It will change into another ghost instead of aging. Okay, so it will basically just be a random. Okay, it's just random. Yeah, so I love this ghost. I think this ghost is by far my favorite designed ghost they have basically ever added, just because it feels like it's fighting you out of the ghost room. I just think that this I wish they would change this. I wish they would change this to just be a ghost room timer from the ghost perspective, instead of this like very easily abused 30 seconds thing, because that just makes it age so incredibly quickly. If you like moving your equipment, it's gonna age so fast that it basically will be weak like within a few minutes. Okay. Voice recognition, let's see. I'm guessing this is going to be the same. I think there were only, yeah, I guess this is going to be the same. So this was the secrets. The rest is like normal, how it was in the first time I read the patch notes. Very cool. I love this system that they have, by the way. The 2 weeks that we get to figure everything out. We got very close to figuring almost everything out. The things we didn't figure out were the increased dots in writing, the exact definition of all the I love that they didn't give this away right away. Like the exact sanity of this, because especially this type of stuff, right? We can then get a feel for it. We get like an in vivo experiment of how does this work in real life, like in the real game, without us knowing all the behind the scenes stats and like little things that work for the ghost, like, and how it exactly functions. So yeah, I think this definitely was a good way to get a feel for how do players react to these new ghosts. Should we change anything to balance them more properly? And it also gave us a chance to like investigate this stuff and like have a good time. Just like the old OG Phasmo, when it first came out, none of the ghosts we didn't know anything about the ghosts, and then you could just like you had to figure everything out. Also, Phasmo's on sale, 20% off, so if you want to buy it now, it's the time. So yeah, that is the if you want to see the rest, you can watch my first video. I think these 3 new ghosts are awesome. I would love to hear what your favorite ghost is of them. I would love to hear what you think of them, each of them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join the streams, you can join us over at twitch.tv/Insym every single day at 7 p.m. Central European time. Thank you very much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. Bye, YouTube. Bye, guys. All right.